Welcome back to From the Desk, and it's time now to talk to my boy Matt Marshall, who joins us here. Played at Howard D1 Soccer, host of Eat, Pray, Ball, literally lives down the street from me. Matt, pleasure seeing you, my boy. How you doing?
Big dog. I appreciate you having me on, big dog.
Oh, for sure, man. A long time coming. As we got connected to our mutual friend John, got to shout him out. Make sure we show him some love. Don't want to make sure he feels left out of this whole situation, but hey, what he wanted happened came to fruition. Connected us,
Absolutely.
said we would get along. Both love talking soccer. And the next thing you know, we're spending the CONCACAF Nations League final together in Vegas. A great time that was, those 24 hours. And speaking of which, of course, we saw Christian Pulisic at that CONCACAF Nations League win MVP. He's been so successful, at least on the international stage, playing at the number 10 spot. And now the move is official. He will be joining AC Milan on a transfer move, leaving Chelsea and going to AC Milan, who have made the promise to play him at the number 10 spot that we've seen him be so successful at with the U.S. men's national team. Matt, do you feel like this is a good move?
It's definitely a good move. I mean, Chelsea is my team, by the way. You probably see a shirt behind me. That's such a rough time. Don't laugh at me, okay? Don't laugh. Nah, he's had such a rough time there. So it's good to see him actually go somewhere where he can actually get some playing time. You know, Milan's set up in a way where they have a lot of hardworking midfielders and defenders. And then they just have those attackers like Rafa Leao and Tonali and people like that. So he's going to slot in really well to just go and be what he is, which is creative, like go and attack. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the interesting part here, as you mentioned, Tonali now he's with Newcastle. So AC Milan has their own moves and ins and outs they're doing transfer-wise. But Pulisic, right there at the number 10 spot, I mean, he'll do just fine there in that situation, circumstance.
Right.
But I want to take a look back because you are a Chelsea fan. Of Pulisic's time with Chelsea, how would you rate it?
So I I even said it on my podcast. I would call Pulisic's time at Chelsea something like an M. Night Shyamalan flick. It's really interesting and riveting at the beginning. He seems to really create some interesting storylines, and then always it falls short. And that's just unfortunately how it's been. I mean, I really wanted him to succeed. He had plenty of space, especially the year we won the Champions League. It was a young team, shouldn't even have gotten that far. It was something between all the injuries he was getting and you know his kind of fall short just in front of goal behavior at Chelsea. So I wanted him to stay and try to progress and try to show, but obviously like the Pulisic we saw at the Nations League final was a completely Pulisic than I've ever seen at Chelsea. He's had his little moments here and there, but it's time. It's time to get to Milan and try something different.
Yeah, if he performed like he did there, I mean, I think he'd be fine in Milan and getting a chance to still play at Champions League level here with AC Milan over another team, Lyon, who was after him in the French league, who it seems like they've kind of dropped as well in terms of their performance and play in the French league. I think I saw a report saying that like now rated by UEFA as like the 7th best league in Europe. So nevertheless, this is a much better move for Pulisic in the situation in Italy. As we talk about the U.S. men's national team, we got to talk about some Gold Cup here Sunday. Actually, it's going to be U.S.-Canada once again in the knockout stage on Sunday. Real quick, before we get into that, bro, wasn't it hard to just like get into this U.S.-Canada rivalry? Because it's hard to feel something for Canada, like any sort of anger or angst.
Yeah, absolutely. It was, I mean, first of all, remember the fans we met? Like, all of the Canadians are so nice. They're just great people. And,
So nice.
It's tough to even think of rivals. I think we saw some on the street. They were offering us stuff, water or something. I don't know. Yeah, I've talked about this before. I mean, the U.S.-Mexico semifinal 2 days before that game we went to. I mean, the sold out Allegiant Stadium, 6 fights in the stands, all that stuff. We'll never have that with Canada. And unfortunately, Canada's a better team now. But, you know, they're having financial issues with their, association. It's just, even the good players that were there, it's just not exciting enough. I mean, they even came out in remember those all black uniforms? It looked like Canada was trying to do something, but when Alphonso Davies, a world-class defender is your best attacker, Y'all got some more work to do. So I mean, U.S. is clear in CONCACAF. You know that.
Of course they are. And yeah, they came out in the all black. Alfonso Davies was in his locker room on IG Live watching the celebrations as we were. Like, you could tell he wanted to be somewhere else but that locker room. He wanted to be in the other locker room desperately. But nevertheless, we won't see the players that we saw in the CONCACAF Nations League. Well, for the most part, we won't. Some of them will still be there, like Matt Turner, as we've seen on the U.S. men's national team side. But someone that we will see is Jesus Ferreira, who's coming off of back-to-back hat tricks. He's tied with Landon Donovan now for the most hat tricks in U.S. men's national team history. Are you hating on this man like some other people are in terms of him scoring goals on small countries? Or are you respecting the fact that he's getting the job done right now for the U.S.?
Listen, the man is what, 20 years old, homegrown product, FC Dallas, like baller. I think in terms of his snub from the World Cup, he needed to grow some. He didn't have nearly, he didn't have kind of the game that was necessary to change things. That's why I was kind of really excited about Haji Wright or bringing in somebody different. So his job right now is to do what he's doing, like score goals, right? That's, you're a striker. His claim to fame is kind of his composure on the ball, especially in the final third. Like you said, 2 hat tricks. He's beaten up on some pretty washed teams. I will say that. But no, I mean, your job is to score. He's scoring. I'm not hating. I'm hoping that he gives Balogun and Pepi some competition leading up into these next bigger competitions in World Cup, and not qualifying, but obviously leading up to the World Cup as we go. But the guy's a baller.
He wasn't the most effective in the one start he got in the Men's World Cup, and obviously making it on the roster over Pepi in that situation where Pepi, of course, did score in the CONCACAF Nations League, and we're seeing right now Pepi also making the move to PSV Eindhoven. So we went from a situation where we weren't sure who the number 9 is going to be to it seems pretty healthy right now. It seems like it's in a good spot.
Yeah, better spot than Man United, like you said.
Yeah. Speaking of great spots, you were in Qatar, obviously for the Men's World Cup. You were able to check out and go watch that in person on your own dime. You're also going to go next week, right? In the next 10 days. You'll be at Australia, New Zealand for the Women's World Cup. What are you looking forward to the most with this U.S. women's team? Do you think they'll be able to three-peat?
Oh, man. It's funny. Three-peat is definitely an option. It's going to be a lot harder than previous years. The soccer around the world has caught up tremendously. And we even have some great international players here playing in the NWSL now. I'm excited, bro. Honestly, I'm a World Cup boy. It's going to be real difficult for me to miss any future World Cups, especially now we got one coming in America in a couple of years. Qatar was next level. It was a city almost built for us to come and play and have fun. I think Australia, New Zealand's going to be even better. It's going to be next level. It's cities that are just beautiful. They're going to be tourists who are not even there for soccer. So man, me and my cousin, we're making those moves. It'll be a good time. I'm excited for a lot of some of the younger players on the Women's World Cup team too. Sophia Smith, Trinity Rodman's going to probably, I want this to be a breakout time for her. We got a super solid team that really should make a deep run. But again, the other women are really catching up. So we're going to have to see where England and Netherlands and all the rest of them fall. Yeah,
I mean, England, probably the biggest threat to the U.S. women's trying to get the three-peat. They've had their injuries of their own as well as we have. As you mentioned, with Netherlands, Spain, France. Yeah. We'll see. They always have the talent. Now they got Hervé, what's his name? The guy who was the Saudi Arabia coach. Hervé. He's now their coach now. So it'll be very interesting to see what they do and what he's able to do with that talent as well. But yeah, European teams see the biggest threat. And of course, I mean, Sam Kerr in Australia, I'm sure she's not going to go out without a fight as well as being one of the host countries. Also, you're also LAFC season ticket holder. I know we both weren't able to go to El Tráfico at the Rose Bowl, but it was incredible. I was able to catch the last 20 minutes when I came back home from the 4th of July. Bro, that has to be the annual 4th of July game at this point, right? That's the argument I'm trying to make at this point. MLS kind of stumbled into something brilliant at this point, that this match should be hosted every July 4th at the Rose Bowl.
100%. I mean, largest MLS crowd in history. Don't let this Atlanta United flag behind me fool you. I'm from Atlanta, but I'm LAFC all the way. For some reason, ever since the CONCACAF Champions League, LAFC has been, just waning a little bit. So there's some injuries, and we just transferred some strikers. So trying to get back. But in terms of LA Galaxy and honestly how trash they've been for the last couple of months, they get up to come play LAFC. So El Trafico is exactly that. It was traffic getting up to Pasadena. I didn't go, but I heard about and it was packed. You know how in Pasadena they have you parking on a golf course? I can't imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes hours to get. I went to a Justin Timberlake Jay-Z concert there like 10 years ago, bro. It took me an hour to get out of that place. I told myself I'm never going to the Rose Bowl. But for this,
I was there last year for Real Madrid Juventus, bro. And I literally got there 3 hours before the match because I knew how bad it was going to be. I had some other friends that told me they were going to meet me up. One of them didn't get there till halftime.
Yeah.
And they left the crib like 90 minutes before the match. Like it is the definition of El Trafico.
Absolutely. But yeah, I mean, every year it should be that. As a ticket holder, though, I'm a little annoyed because I think it was our home match. So that's one game I didn't get on my list. But otherwise, yeah, definitely a move for LA. Definitely.
No, don't worry. You'll get Messi. He'll be coming in September. You can make it up and enjoy the 80% of him walking around while he plays for Inter Miami
Can I say this?
in Los Angeles.
I'm selling those tickets. So if anybody wants to see Messi in LA, hit me up. Hit me up.
Matt Marshall, appreciate you, man. Great talking to you, man. Great having you on the show.
Appreciate you.
No doubt. Coming up next, what is coming up next? Oh, this Fade the Public. Jeff Nyberg, Will Bohr. Gonna get into MLB futures. MLB futures with Jeff and Will coming up after the break.